Well, good morning, YouTube. All right, guys, it is Sunday night, June 2nd, and it's time to hit the road again. We've been home for about 2 weeks. We've been busting our butt cleaning up the yard and taking care of things around the house that needed to be done and doing some work on Goliath, and it's been tiring and exhausting. Kind of funny, somebody left in the comments just yesterday, I believe, that it's time for me to get back on the road so I can relax a little bit. And I'm absolutely feeling that statement. It's just been so much work. I kind of need to just get in Goliath, put the pedal down, and go. So that's what we're going to do today. As you see, it's pretty late in the evening. It's about 8:45 p.m. right now, Sunday night. And we're going to do this trip overnight, just like we did last year. If you remember, a couple hours from home, we've got a couple steep mountain grades, one to go down, the other to go up, and I like to do that in lower traffic so that I'm not holding people up and I don't have all the idiots pulling in front of me on the downhill and jamming on the brakes. Stressful driving around four-wheeler sometimes. And we just get much better traffic, and I feel like we make better time this way. So we're going to drive throughout the wee morning hours. Don't know exactly what time we'll stop. I've got a minimum goal in mind. I at least want to get onto I-81 in Virginia, just north of Whiteville. We might try to make it up towards Raffine, where the White's truck stop is. Don't know if we'll make it that far because it's already late and I've already been up for 12 hours working on stuff. So who knows? But I've got Talon here to keep me awake. I got Katie to keep me awake. We've even got Jessa with us this time. Everybody likes when we bring Jessa with us. And then the plan is to stop and then sleep really late tomorrow on Monday. And then leave a little bit later Monday. That way, by the time we get into Pennsylvania, New York, Connecticut, it's the wee hours of the morning again. And we don't have to deal with all that atrocious traffic through all that construction and those horrible roads up there. So that's the plan. We got a couple more things to load into the truck real quick, and then we are out of here. exhaust brake on, and I still had to keep braking every once in a while, keep from picking up speed. It was so steep right through there. Alright guys, and while we're here at the top of the mountain, they've got the brake inspection station. Katie made us a snack, so while we're stopped here anyways, we're gonna snack a little bit because Talon and I have not eaten today. Alright guys, we had our snack. I checked on my gauges, everything looks good. If you look over there, you can see there's actually kind of a map of the mountain. Let's stop here for just a moment. There are no trucks behind me. There we go. Alright, so the max speed down this mountain is 35 miles an hour. I choose fourth gear, it's not an unsafe speed. I just over rev the engine because there's not enough gear to hold it back. So we go really slow, which is why we choose to do this so late at night. Right now it's about quarter till midnight, and there are very few cars here, so it's going to take us a little while to get down this hill, but we're not in a hurry. Guys, that went pretty well. We made it all the way down the mountain, and I never ever had to touch the brake. Now we maintained that 17 to 20 mile per hour the whole way, and I was playing with Jake brake, exhaust brake, and combinations thereof all the way down. When the Jake brake was on and I'd apply the exhaust brake, I could definitely feel an added oomph, and vice versa. If I was only using the exhaust brake and then I turned on the Jake brake, I could feel that the two added a little extra together. But I think used individually, just one or the other, I think the exhaust brake actually had a little bit more effect in that situation. But there were times that it was actually working so well that I actually had to turn them both off and just let it free roll in third gear until the RPM started to come back up again, and then I'd apply one or the other or both as necessary. But the important part was we made it all the way to the bottom of the hill, safe and sound. We passed by those emergency truck ramps, or runaway truck ramps, and we didn't need any of them, so that was the ultimate goal. Now we're heading out towards Charlotte. Got a little ways still to go before we meet up with 77 and head north up into Virginia. this one's not too bad. We're maintaining about 35 mile an hour, just about 1500 RPM in 6th gear. Up over the mountain and back down just south of Hayesville onto Interstate 81, now heading north through Virginia. And I got to make a correction. I kept calling that Newfound Gap throughout this video, and it's not Newfound Gap, it's Fancy Gap. Newfound Gap, I believe, is 441 out of Cherokee up and over into Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge. That would be Newfound Gap. But yeah, we did really good maintaining speed all the way up the mountain. The temperature never got over 200 degrees, and we just stayed at that 35 mile an hour, 1500 RPM, 6th gear, all the way to the top. And coming down was pretty smooth. It's not real steep on the way down. There's only one short section, and we were able to maintain there as well. So at this point, I don't know how much further we're going to go. We've kind of hit our goal, but I think I'd still like to get a little bit further. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm not overly tired yet, so we're going to keep driving for a little while. All right, guys, we made it to White's Travel Center. It's about 4:45 in the morning now, a little bit longer than we hoped to have been driving, but we actually made good time. Like I said, we never stopped except for at the top of Black Mountain when we did the brake check and everything before descending the hill. So it almost hurt for me to stand up. I mean, it's, what would we leave just after 9, 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever. Yeah, about 8 hours or so in the actual seat. So, but we're here, and we're gonna get rested. Everything went pretty smooth, but we hit a really nasty construction area just shortly after we got onto I-81 heading north, and it was just so bumpy. There were no like warning signs to slow down. It showed shrink, but nothing to slow down, and I still slowed down to 60, and it was just really, really bumpy and awful. And at some point shortly after that, I looked back and I noticed that we had no trailer lights anymore. So I tried like swerving the trailer a tiny bit to see if I could see them, and they weren't there. I tapped the brake and I could see the brake lights and the side markers light up with the brake, but just no running lights. So it was really weird. Then about 10 miles later, they came back on, and about 5 miles after that, they turned back off again. So I just turned the hazards on and just ran it the rest of the way with the hazards, We got here and parked. We wiggled the plug going into the back of Goliath, and they came on. So probably just worn terminals in the plug. We'll have to take a look at it in the morning, but it's too late now. I'm too tired. I want to get this video edited and out to you guys. So guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and until the next time we see you, keep those engines running. Tomorrow we'll finish this trip to Laconia.